Welcome to Your Tech. In today's video, we're going to be seeing what I would buy if I had a budget of £500 for a gaming PC. Let's get started. So the first website we're going to go to is PC Part Picker. One of the first things that you do have to decide is what platform. Are you going to go with Intel or AMD? When looking at a budget system like this, you're looking at the best 4 to 6 core CPU that you can afford with a motherboard that is not going to break the bank, but it also isn't going to limit the performance of whatever it is you're building. Personally, I think the lower end i5s of the 12th gen Intel are a bargain at the minute. You can get some absolute killer deals with the 12400F. If you were to look at AMD, I would probably look at the 5600X. These are our choices. Absolutely screaming out at me is the 12400F. Fantastic CPU. I've built with this CPU in the past before. I think I paired it with a RTX 3060 and it ran beautifully. 6 cores, 12 threads, 4.4 gigahertz boost clock, 65 watt TDP. Comes with a cooler as well, so you save a little bit of money there. The included cooler isn't brilliant, however, it will work well enough. And it's something that you can upgrade very easily down the line. Looking at the other options we have, we can spend a little bit of money and get something like a 3600 or the 5500 for £81. That's pretty good. I'm pretty sure the 12400F is around on par with the 5600. So I think for the money and for the little bit of extra cost, it's worth it. Don't have to worry about CPU cooler, like I said, and onto motherboard. Personally, I would look at this price point to be sticking with DDR4 memory. So that makes your motherboards a little bit cheaper straight off the bat. And because it is a budget system, as long as you've got M.2 support, 2 RAM slots, and it's obviously the right chipset for your CPU, you haven't got to break the bank at all. I have used this Gigabyte H610M before. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles and it's missing like RGB headers and stuff like that. If it's something you're not bothered about, it's not a bad choice at all. If you're just doing 1080p gaming, which at this price point you will be, it's a really good choice. And whilst we're talking about the motherboard as well, it's important to check to make sure that it's got the features that you need. You can do this in one of two ways. You can look through the specification sheets. You can have a quick look at the picture to see if there's anything that stands out. Straight off the bat, you can see that it's got an M.2 slot in the middle there. One thing I can't see is a USB 3 header, although that might be that there. So let's have a look at Gigabyte's actual website. Yeah, I can see it in that picture there. Look, that's a USB 3 header. Most cases come with that header. We've got a total of 6 USB ports, which is fine. 2 of them are USB 3.2. Looking at this, it should be absolutely fine for our system. So we've got 2 SATA ports though, so you're gonna have to be careful about what storage you buy. It might be worth not just willy-nilly buying a 1TB hard drive or a 1TB SSD to upgrade your storage. It might be worth waiting a little bit, saving a little bit more money and getting yourself a 2TB hard drive or a 2TB SSD. Onto memory. So the first thing we want to do is filter this 2x8. You want that dual channel memory. It's going to help in gaming performance. Minimum of 3200 mega transfers per second. Kingston are a reputable brand. 3200 speed. Cast latency is 16. I'll be honest, that's hard to say no to. The only reason that I can see to spend more is if you wanted either faster memory or you wanted RGB and lights and all the rest of it. Purely gaming, £500. That cheapest one is going to be my choice. Storage. Now, working out what storage you want your gaming PC is a little bit tricky. You want your operating system on M.2. No doubt about it. If you absolutely have to cut corners and you can find it cheap, a SATA SSD is fine. But with the pricing of SATA SSDs versus M.2, it's not really worth going SATA anymore. M.2 and SATA prices are very similar. Let's go down here, change the capacity, a terabyte. Just over a terabyte. Western Digital Blue SN570 Gen 3 SSD, 1TB, £44. That's a bargain. That is an absolute bargain. And as you can see there, one of the only SATA SSDs that are in this list, and it's £2 more expensive and 40GB smaller. SATA's just not worth it at the minute. The prices, for some reason, are sticking around it. Very similar to M.2, and at that point, if you've got M.2 support, you might as well go for M.2. I think 1TB Western Digital Blue SM570, you're good to go. It's absolutely sound. So what we have left to buy We've got the video card left to get, the graphics card, the case, and we've got a power supply. The case and power supply, I'm thinking is going to be around £80. So let's see what video card we can get for between £180 and £200. See that where that lands us. See what we've got here. We've got the RX 6400 for £130. Although 4GB, even at 1080p, is not enough. I don't know what AMD were thinking releasing that card with only 4GB of memory. 1650, very aging card now, with 4GB of memory again. It's not really enough, even at 1080p. Right, first challenger, a 3050 for £150. Now the 3050 is not a great card, but it's also not too bad of a card once you're using DLSS. However, if the games that you like to play don't use DLSS, then you've got to rely on the rasterization performance of the 3050, which isn't brilliant at all. However, that could be an option. It is only 150 quid. Lower your settings and stuff like that, manage your expectations a little bit, it could be worth it. Keep scrolling down, see what else we've got. Another 3050 there, the MSI version, 156 gigs. Did they have an 8GB model? They did have an 8GB model. So not only are these 3050s not brilliant without DLSS, but it seems Nvidia has launched a new SKU with only 6GB of memory. That's not a good move, not for anyone. Arc 580, I don't have any experience with the Intel graphics cards. I know there was issues with them when they first came out, but I also know that their driver support and what they're capable of doing has gotten a lot better. Usually when someone's spending £500 on a gaming rig and they're wanting to build it themselves, it's either for a family friend or for themselves just getting into PC gaming. And I feel like going with Intel graphics is just going to cause issues for people. It's very, very new. I feel like it's more for people that are enthusiasts that like tinkering around with stuff like that. So personally, I'd stay away from the Intel graphics cards for now at this price point for somebody getting into PC gaming. The RX 6600, 8GB for £183.98. That's not a bad deal at all. I've not long done a YouTube video about the ASRock Challenger D version of this graphics card, and it handles 1080p gaming brilliantly. Medium settings on medium settings on the AAA titles that I tried. Medium to high settings on the more esporty titles like your Counter-Strikes and Halo, things like that. Your more fast-paced games, absolutely fine. It's a brilliant little card. I'm surprised at how powerful it is for the price, the fact you get 8GB of memory. A wicked budget card, really is good. So the RX 6600, we've got 2060. 2060 is not a bad card, not a bad card at all. You get DLSS, you don't get any of the new frame generation or anything like that, but DLSS is fantastic. You've got AMD's Fidelity FX as well, but it does fall short of DLSS, no doubt about it. The DLSS stuff is impressive. 2060 could be a good shout. 183.98, exactly the same price as the 6600. But you get 2GB less VRAM. GTX 760 for £185. That's mental. But it's going to be a bit of a segue here. Let's just see who it is that's selling this for 170. Since when did EE sell graphics cards? Oh, thank God for that. At least it's not available anymore. EE sells graphics cards. Did you guys know this? I did not know this. Oh, I didn't know that. EE sells graphics cards. Mind blown. 650 Ti for 190 in my days. So our choices are between Gigabyte Eagle, ASRock Challenger D and the Power Color Fighter. I'm not spending an extra £12 on getting a white version of a card that's going to perform exactly the same. I've not used many Power Color cards. I have used the ASRock Challenger card and it's a bigger card. So I would hope there's more cooling potential. Seeing as I've just built and tested a machine with this card in it, I think that's going to be the choice. So far we have the Intel Core i5-12400F, 6-core processor, 12 threads, brilliant little gaming CPU, doesn't run particularly hot, comes with a cooler. We've got the Gigabyte H610N. We could potentially upgrade that if we can save a little bit of money on the power supply or the case, and maybe get something with a few more features like 4 SATA ports would be lovely. The fact it's only got 2, yeah, it does worry me a little bit. Kingston RAM's absolutely fine. Western Digital SSD will do absolutely fine. And the 6600, RX 6600 graphics card. Brilliant buy for £189. Really is good value for what it can do. What am I doing? We need the power supply first. So the 6600 doesn't use a lot of power at all. I think the most I've seen it draw is about 100 watts. I think anything from, say, 500 watts minimum to about 650 should be absolutely fine. We want at least 80 bronze, but we'll put all of these in just in case there's something cheap about on sale or something. And let's see what we've got. I've seen a lot of hate with these Game Max power supplies recently. I don't know if I'm just lucky, but I've used a couple of these in the past and they've been fine. Like, I've not paired them with like really high-end components or anything like that, but for the budget builds and stuff, they've been fine. I think they had a 2-year warranty as well. So it's not in the realms of like your Corsair, Seasonic, EVGA, but if you're on a budget, it's 80 plus bronze, it's more than enough power. Could be an option. Corsair 550, £43.97. That is not bad at all. Get the MSI one for 100 watts more. Edging towards Corsair. Save the quid. Save the £1. Let's go for the Corsair one. I've used Corsair a lot and they've always been so stable. I've never had a single issue with the Corsair power supply that I've ever owned. Ranging from CX450, I think it was, all the way up to the RM850E. They're a reputable brand. I'm happy with that. £44, that is a really good deal. On to the case. We do want something with airflow. I've actually built in that case. It's not a bad case. If I remember correctly, the fans aren't controllable, but other than that, not bad. That could be an option. Oh, that's a cute little case. I like the front mesh design on that. That could be an option. Do not buy these. Do not. I've had so many PCs come into my shop to sort these out because there is no airflow and people's components are just overheating and dying. They are absolutely dreadful. That's quite nice. Understated. No RGB. I do like the AX20. I like that it comes with 3 fans, although that one comes with 4. Montech have been absolutely smashing it in the case game at the minute. The price of their cases for the support you get is fantastic. Let's have a look, see what this looks like. Plenty of space, rubber grommets, that's good to see. Airflow underneath for your power supply. Data SSDs, fan controller hub, nice. £39.98, £40 for all of that. That is truly impressive. Always check your video card length in these cases, always. This one's got more than enough room. I believe the RX 6600's only like, was it 260 or something like that? And this can support 330. That will give it plenty of room at the front for the airflow to come in and get sucked up by the graphics card fans. Something I will always check, what size power supply can fit in it, because I have made that mistake before. PSU length, 160 millimeters. Right, I think I've made my mind up there. Even if it takes me a little bit over budget, for £40, that's a brilliant choice, absolutely brilliant. So let's just check to make sure. Does it tell you on here? Length 125. And we've come in £494.04 before shipping. However, we've got free shipping from eBay there, but it's $1.99 there. So there is a chance these shipping, and $1.99 there as well. There's a chance these shipping charges won't be a thing if you go over a certain amount or something, I'm not sure. So we're looking for 60, so it's these 3. So I'm gonna have to go for that one. Our new total, 507 with shipping. But again, these shipping rates are a little bit odd on PC Part Picker. Like free shipping there. But if you buy these all together, surely you're gonna get free shipping for all of them. So there you have it. So for £500, this is what it gets us. 6 cores, 16 gigs of RAM, terabyte SSD, the RX 6600, the fantastic Montech Air. I really can't get over how good that is for the price. And a 550 watt power supply. This rig is fully upgradable. You've spent £500 now, but in 6 months, a year's time, you could spend, what, another couple £100 quid That's a brilliant 1080p gaming system. So you'll notice I haven't included a Windows key in this. You can pick them up between £5 and £10, but Windows 11 is free. You put the install media on a USB, install it into your gaming PC. You don't have to activate it if you don't want to, that is completely your choice. I always activate my versions of Windows 11 purely to get rid of the watermark and so that I can personalize the desktop. And there you have it. That's our £500 gaming PC from YourTech. This is the PC that I would build if I had £500 and wanted to get into PC gaming right now. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more content from us. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, and if you didn't, give us a thumbs down and we'll try harder next time. That's all from me. This has been Craig from YourTech, and it's been a pleasure. Till next time, bye bye.